Hello and welcome, CAD cammers. We are going to be doing a beginning tutorial on a Boxy car. So I will create another tutorial that has more angles and more sportier rendition of a car. But for this one, we're just going to keep it basic and keep it boxy. So you're going to open up, you're going to log into Onshape, go into Create Document, and Boxy car Exploratory, and we are going to create the car. So the first thing we want to do is create a rectangle, and I'm going to do that on the front plane. So I'm going to click on Sketch, and then I'm going to click on the front plane here, and a sketch will open up. I then want to click either the front here, or just type in the key N to get normal to that front plane. I am then going to go and click on Center Point Rectangle. If this doesn't show up for you, it might be underneath the tab, because there's a corner rectangle or a center rectangle. Click on Center Rectangle, and then we are going to go to the origin, so that bullseye, and make sure there's a yellow square around it. Click on it, and this is the front view of the car. So we're not going to go crazy with dimensions. Whatever looks half decent will be decent, and 3 to 3.5, that seems like a decent ratio. I'm going to extrude this out now, and if I look over, if I arrow key over to the left or to the right, I can actually see the cube coming out. I can then click and drag on this arrow to make it extrude. Once I have it extruded enough, I am going to check that off, and I have a block. So the first thing we want to do is create a side profile. So we will do that by creating a sketch, clicking on the side of your cube, and drawing some lines. So I'm going to start with the first line, and this is going to be the front of the car. And we'll make the hood go up a little bit, and then the windshield also go up a little bit, and the top of the car, the roof, and then I'll have this come down a little bit, and then it'll go straight back. And once I have it here, I'm going to hit escape. And this is the portion I want to cut away. So I'm going to click on Extrude and Remove. And it'll automatically select some faces of the sketch. I'm going to want to escape out of that, and I want to manually select that. And once I have that selected, I'm going to click on the blind, click on Through All, and check it off. So now I have the outside of my car, the side profile of my car, and now I am going to give it some dimension. I'm going to angle the sides of the car. So to do that, I am going to go to the front first, and I am going to create some sketches. I'm going to sketch, and I want to select the front here, the front portion of the car. So make sure you select that front portion, and now there's the sketch opened up on the front portion of my car. From there, I want to make some angles. But the first thing I'm going to do is, the good thing about cars is there's a lot of symmetry involved with them. So I'm going to create a mirror line. So a mirror line is going to be a construction line. So Q is the hotkey for that. And then I'm going to click on line, or L is the hotkey for that. I just need to create a mirror line. It doesn't need to be through the whole object or anything. It just needs to be a place that I can refer to. Click it. Hit escape to get out of that function. Click on line. And now I am going to trim off a portion of my car. So I'm going to trim that piece off. And then close that off. And I will mirror that. I'm actually, before I mirror, I'm gonna create another cut down here. And now I will mirror these. So this is my mirror line. And then I'm just gonna box in, so click and drag those two triangles. And again, these are rough shapes. They're not perfect by any means. And once I have those mirrored, I'm going to click on Extrude. And this is going to be another remove. And then I'm going to arrow key over to make sure I'm removing in the correct direction. And I am. And I'm going to choose through all. And now I have a little bit more dimension to my little car. So from here, I'm going to want to create some tires. But first I need to create the wheel wells. So what I'm going to do is make another sketch, go onto the right plane. And from the right plane, I'm going to draw a couple circles. Circle about here. And if I don't like the placement of that, I can hit escape and then just click and drag the circle to where I want it. So maybe I want it further back. Maybe I want it more in. So position it in wherever you want it. And then I'm going to create another circle in the front. And then I'm going to remove it all. Blind will be through all. And then I'm going to make a second end position and make that also through all. So now I have a generic car. So pretty cool. I can then go ahead and start coloring the car. So I could right click on that face, add appearance. Maybe I have a tinted window. And I can go around and add some tint to this car. Tinted window there. Tinted window in the back. And feel free to draw in some lights or whatever you're thinking, some brake lights. Again, I'm making this very basic. Right click there, add appearance, make it black. Good. And now we can, if we wanted to maybe add some color to the hood, we can do that. Maybe make the hood red. And go around, color the car, do whatever you want, make it look cool. So once you have the car, we're then going to create a couple tires. So then we want to create a sketch, and we're going to use this sort of as a reference. So I'm going to click on the right plane to create the sketch, click on a circle, and then I'm going to try to get in the middle here, and then that looks about good. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're actually going to assemble this. So now I have the tire, and I'm going to extrude that tire out a bit, and an inch looks way too much, so I'm gonna sneak it down. That looks about right. Now remember, so this is a new part, this tire. I was only using this as a reference, so if I get rid of that, so that's sort of what I'm looking for. Check it off. If I right click on part 2, I'm going to edit appearance and make that black also. And if you wanted, you could cut into it and make it look like a rim. So why don't we do that? So sketch, click on the front, and then maybe I'll plug in a square into here, and then I'll cut that square out, remove, check it off. Now I have a square wheel going on there. So again, this is very basic. I'll make another one that's more complicated, but this is good for a beginner. I'm going to go into assembly. I'm going to insert my first part, which is my car, and I'm going to insert 4 tires. Check it off, and now I'm going to go one by one. I'm going to assemble these tires. I'm going to put them into where they need to be. So if I click on front, I'm going to move this up to where I think the front is. Then I'm going to go to the right side, move it over, and then I'm going to move it in, and that looks pretty good. I got my first tire there. Now I'm going to do the same here. Go to the left side, bring it over, boom. And if I want to rotate it, I can actually click on it and do some rotations. So if I wanted it to have a different, if I wanted the cutout to be a diamond, I could do that. And then I'm just going to go around and get the approximate locations of all these tires. And go to the back, move it over. Move it in. And if I go around, make sure that it's not, that looks too far in. Alright. And now let's see what we have now. Alright. So you have your basic car design. And again, this is very boxy. I'm going to do another tutorial. Feel free to use this as a reference though. That front and side are very important when you're creating a car. So good luck.